Have you ever thought that getting up to use the bathroom at night could be dangerous? Most people don't give much thought to their nighttime habits, but as we get older, small mistakes can have serious consequences. The truth is, certain habits after the age of 70 can quietly increase the risk of falls, heart problems, and other medical emergencies, sometimes with tragic results. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 nighttime habits that seniors should avoid. These habits may seem harmless, but they can put extra stress on the body, making it more vulnerable during the night when the body's natural defenses are lower. By recognizing these risks and making small adjustments, you can protect your health and sleep more safely. Stay with me until the end, because the last habit on this list is something that many people do without even realizing how dangerous it can be. Let's get started. Number 1, getting up too quickly from bed. One of the things that many of us have in common is the tendency, as we grow older, our blood vessels and heart must work a bit harder to stabilize our blood pressure when we stand up suddenly. Medical research tells us that this condition, known as orthostatic hypotension, is more common in our golden years. Statistics have shown that sudden drops in blood pressure when standing may increase the risk of falls, which for seniors can lead to fractures or even head injuries. Imagine waking up, feeling a bit disoriented, and then unexpectedly losing balance. It's a frightful thought for anyone who cherishes their independence. I remember hearing from a neighbor who once shared how his friend Charles experienced a startling moment one night. Charles, usually swift and nimble despite his age, got up too quickly, and within seconds his vision blurred and he felt faint. He collapsed by his bedside but was fortunate enough to recover with only minor injuries. His experience taught him and those around him the importance of taking a moment to gently wake up. The advice here is simple yet effective. When you wake up at night, pause for a few extra seconds. Lie there, take a few deep breaths, and gradually shift into a sitting position. By doing so, your body has time to adjust its blood pressure safely. Keep a bedside lamp or night light handy so you can see clearly when you finally stand. If you're on any medication that might affect your blood pressure, something many of us in our later years experience, consider talking with your doctor about it. Small adjustments can lead to big improvements in your safety and overall well-being. Think about the early mornings or late nights of your life. Can you recall a moment when taking your time brought you peace or prevented you from a sudden jolt? How did that gentle start make a difference in your day? Number 2, drinking too much water before bed. Now, let's take a sip of wisdom on hydration. We all know that water is essential for life. It nourishes every cell and keeps our bodies running smoothly. Yet, as we gracefully age, our bodies handle fluids a bit differently than they once did. I remember my friend Richard, a vibrant 73-year-old who had always prided himself on his excellent hydration habits. However, Richard developed a habit of drinking a full, large glass of water right before bed, firmly believing it was the best way to stay healthy and energetic. Over time, however, he began waking up frequently to get to the bathroom, a pattern that gradually disrupted his peaceful sleep and reminded him that even good habits sometimes need adjustment to suit our changing needs. The truth is, our kidneys and overall bodily functions change as we age, adapting slowly to the passage of time. Drinking too much water in the evening can lead to an inconvenient yet potentially dangerous issue known as nocturia, the repeated need to get up multiple times during the night. This frequent wakefulness not only breaks your sleep cycle, but also increases the chance of falls when you hurry through dim hallways and poorly lit areas in the dark. Several studies have shown that interruptions in sleep can weaken the immune system, diminish cognitive functions, and contribute to overall fatigue as the night wears on. In Richard's case, one hurried trip to the bathroom on a particularly dark and groggy night led to a dangerous stumble. resulting in a painful fall that fractured his hip. Such injuries at our age can lead to long, challenging periods of recovery, a decline in physical abilities, and even a temporary loss of independence, something none of us ever wish to experience. The experience served as a stark reminder that even the most beneficial habits need to be moderated carefully to protect us from unintended consequences as our bodies evolve. Instead, experts suggest managing your fluid intake wisely, enjoy most of your water during the busy, active hours of the day, and gradually taper off as the evening approaches. If you find yourself feeling thirsty at night, sip water slowly rather than gulping down an entire glass at once, allowing your body to process the fluids more comfortably. Moreover, try to avoid beverages with caffeine or alcohol close to bedtime, as these can act as diuretics that increase your need to wake up throughout the night. Remember, it's all about balance. Drinking water is vital, but so is a full night of restful sleep, which forms a cornerstone of good health, energy, and overall well-being. If you're still here with me, type 2 in the comments to let me know you're finding this information helpful. Number 3, keeping the room too cold. Next, let's talk about the environment we sleep in. Many of us enjoy the crisp comfort of a cool room at night. However, for older adults, a room that's too cold might do more harm than good. I think back to my dear friend Walter, who in his 70s would insist on lowering the thermostat at night to enjoy that refreshing chill. For a while it worked well, until he started waking up with stiffness, mild headaches, and sometimes even shortness of breath. In the stillness of the night, the cold crept in silently, reminding him that our bodies change and need extra care compared to our younger days. These subtle signals urge us to adjust our surroundings thoughtfully. The body's natural thermostat doesn't work quite as efficiently after a certain age, and being in a room that's too cold can lead to vasoconstriction, where your blood vessels narrow to keep your body warm. While this is a natural response, in seniors it can put extra strain on the heart and circulatory system, possibly leading to a higher risk of stroke or heart attack. Not only that, but cold, dry air can irritate your respiratory system and make it easier for colds and flu to take hold, causing lingering discomfort and vulnerability during the night. These extra risks remind us that even the environment around us should be considered an essential part of our healthcare plan as we grow wiser. Consider the statistics. Research in recent years indicates that hospital visits for cold issues among seniors increase during the cold months. That may sound alarming, but it's also a reminder of how important it is to tailor our sleeping environment to our changing bodies. Walter eventually learned to adjust by keeping his thermostat at a moderate temperature and using extra layers like warm blankets and thermal sleepwear. This not only kept him comfortable, but also helped him avoid those dangerous drops in body temperature that can compromise heart health. Reflecting on these lessons gives us hope, as each positive change can lead to fewer interruptions and a more peaceful sleep that restores our strength for each new day. When it comes to your bedroom environment, aim for a balance. You want it comfortably warm enough to let your body rest easily without triggering cold, stress, or causing additional strain on your aging system. Using a humidifier can also be beneficial, helping to prevent the air from becoming too dry, which in turn protects your sinuses and airways while creating a soothing atmosphere. As our bodies become more sensitive to environmental changes, small adjustments like these remind us of our resilience and the importance of tailoring our surroundings for the comfort and longevity of our later years. Think back to a night when you felt perfectly snug and comfortable. What small comforts, perhaps a favorite blanket or a warm cup of tea, helped set the ideal scene for a restful night's sleep? Number 4. Ignoring chest discomfort or shortness of breath. Now, my dear friends, let's have an honest conversation about listening to our bodies. It's not uncommon for some of us to ignore minor discomforts, attributing them to an upset stomach or a bout of indigestion, especially when we're busy or preoccupied. Yet sometimes these small signs are our body's gentle way of sending us a "please pay attention" message, urging us to slow down and care for ourselves. I remember a story about Edward, a thoughtful and resilient 74-year-old, who often dismissed a slight pressure in his chest as just another everyday ache. One evening, he experienced mild chest discomfort and shortness of breath and, thinking little of it, went back to sleep, trusting it was nothing serious. Unfortunately, the following morning revealed that his symptoms were part of a much larger issue, a mild heart attack that could have been averted with timely medical attention, leaving him with wisdom for future self-care and vigilance. Medical evidence strongly suggests that symptoms like shortness of breath, a dull chest pressure, cold sweats, or even nausea should never be overlooked, even if they seem mild at first glance. In fact, many heart attacks in older adults do not present with the classic crushing chest pain often described in textbooks. Instead, they come on as subtle hints that are easily dismissed as mere discomfort or fatigue from daily life. Ignoring these signs can result in serious, even life-altering consequences later on, making it essential to take every unusual feeling seriously. These insights remind us that our bodies communicate with us continually, and attentive listening is crucial for maintaining good health and preventing further complications. Here's where a little extra caution can make a world of difference in our overall well-being. If you experience any unusual chest discomfort or other symptoms related to your heart, even if they appear intermittent or minor, it's imperative to take them seriously and not brush them aside. Reach out to your doctor to discuss these signs in detail, because as we all know, it's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to our health. Reflect on how these life lessons from the elderly remind us that our bodies are constantly speaking to us, and every ache or twinge deserves our careful attention, nurturing us with gentle wisdom and constant self-care. If you're still here with me, type 4 in the comments to let me know you're finding this information helpful. Number 5. Sleeping right after a heavy meal. Many people enjoy a late-night snack or a big dinner before bed, but for seniors, eating too much too close to bedtime can have serious health consequences. While it may seem harmless, lying down too soon after eating can trigger acid reflux, disrupt digestion, and even increase the risk of more severe conditions like aspiration pneumonia or heart strain. The body's metabolism slows down at night, making it harder to process heavy meals efficiently. This can lead to discomfort, poor sleep quality, and even dangerous complications over time. One of the most immediate risks of eating a heavy meal before bed is acid reflux, also known as gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD. When you lie down with a full stomach acid can easily flow back into the esophagus, causing heartburn, coughing, and irritation. Over time, repeated acid exposure can lead to inflammation, ulcers, and even an increased risk of esophageal cancer, especially for seniors who already struggle with digestive issues. The effects can make it difficult to get a good night's rest, leading to chronic discomfort. Another concern is that eating large meals late at night can put unnecessary strain on the heart and circulatory system. Digesting a big meal requires increased blood flow to the stomach, which can temporarily divert blood away from other vital organs. This can lead to a drop in blood pressure, making some seniors feel lightheaded or fatigued. For individuals with existing heart conditions, this added stress can contribute to irregular heartbeats or even an increased risk of heart failure over time. A further danger is silent aspiration, a condition where small amounts of food or stomach acid accidentally enter the airways instead of the digestive tract. This is more likely when lying down soon after eating, especially in seniors who may have weakened swallowing reflexes. Repeated episodes of silent aspiration can lead to chronic lung irritation, infections, and even aspiration pneumonia, a dangerous condition that can be life-threatening for older adults. Take Gerald, for example. At 73, he enjoyed his evening meals and often ate late because of his irregular schedule. One night, after having a large dinner, he felt mild discomfort but brushed it off and went straight to bed. A few hours later, he woke up coughing and feeling short of breath. What he didn't realize was that some of the stomach acid had entered his airways, leading to irritation in his lungs. Over time, he began developing a chronic cough and occasional wheezing. His doctor later diagnosed him with aspiration respiratory issues and advised him to change his eating habits to prevent further complications. The best way to reduce these risks is to time your meals properly. Instead of eating a large meal right before bed, try to finish your last substantial meal at least 2 to 3 hours before lying down. If you do feel hungry late at night, opt for a light, easy-to-digest snack like a banana, yogurt, or a handful of nuts rather than a full meal. Elevating your head slightly with an adjustable bed or an extra pillow can also help prevent acid reflux while you sleep. These simple adjustments can improve digestion, support heart health, and reduce the risk of nighttime respiratory issues. Think back to a time when you enjoyed a delightful meal, but then felt the need to rest afterward. What did you learn about pacing your meals to ensure a night of peaceful sleep? Final thoughts. As we come to the end of our time together, please take a moment to think back on the 5 nighttime habits we've talked about today. Even though some of these habits might seem small or harmless, over time they can quietly add up to increased health risks, especially for those of us in our golden years. The wonderful thing is that making just a few small changes in our nightly routine can have a big positive impact on our health. By slowly adjusting the way we end our day, we can protect our hearts, sleep more soundly, and lower the chance of unexpected medical problems. Now, I'd love to know, which of these habits surprised you the most? Have you ever experienced any issues during the night that made you pause and rethink your routine? Sharing your story might help others realize the importance of these changes. Remember, taking care of our health isn't just about the activities we do during the day. It's also about the choices we make at night. Our bodies need time to rest and recover, and by making thoughtful decisions before bedtime, we can help keep ourselves strong and well for many years to come. And if you're ever not sure how a particular habit might be affecting you, please don't hesitate to speak with your doctor. It's always best to be safe and ask for advice. Thank you so much for joining us today. We truly value your thoughts and experiences. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to put it into practice. Your insights not only help you reflect on your own routine, but they may also inspire someone else to make a healthy change. If you enjoyed today's discussion and found it helpful, we'd be very grateful if you would like, subscribe, and share our video. Your support means the world to us and allows us to continue creating content that informs, inspires, and comforts our community. As we part for now, I'd like to leave you with a timeless proverb. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. May that thought remind you that every small positive change you make brings you closer to a healthier, happier life. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.